When it comes to Spider-Verse references in Miles Morales, there are a handful of nods and Easter eggs to the movie as you would expect. You have the visor mods that let you experience the suit in 24 FPS, and another allowing some comic book tags to your attacks. The main one that we are looking at today is the dive trick. It's actually quite difficult to master and has a little bit of a learning curve associated with it. So my job here today is to give you a brief, in-depth tutorial on how exactly to do the dive trick, so that you can come out in the end as professionals who are diving left and right. And to make this whole process even easier for everybody, I'm going to include a little video in the bottom right corner showing my hand so you can see exactly the kind of button combination that I am doing. And with all of that said, let's begin our little training session. So let's start out by heading to this location on the map. The building is slightly curved, so it offers us a slightly easier approach when beginning with the basics. And the first step that we're learning is the jump. The jump is the key to success when starting from the building. We start out by holding L3, and we're going to be doing this throughout almost the entire process. Now hold this, and then when you get to the edge, click both R2 and X at the same time to do the backwards flip. You need to get into this position to actually pull off the overall dive trick. If you don't end up in this position, we're going to have to start over. So we're going to hold L3, start walking towards the edge, and then when we get right there, press R2 and X at the same time. Okay? Well, once again, we'll try it again. Hold L3, go to the edge, and press R2 and X. If you did it correctly, your screen will look exactly like mine. Miles needs to be in this position. Practice this over and over until you get the hang of it. It's all about timing here, and it will take you a little bit to get used to it. You must hold L3, press R2 and X at the edge, and immediately let go of those two buttons. Do not hold R2 and X. The only button we are holding is L3. Once we have it down at this curved location, let's go to a new location and try it there. R2 and X, and then let go. You'll get the hang of it the more you try. And if you get more comfortable with this, or if you're still having trouble, there's another thing you can try out. Try holding L3 and R2 so that you're running, and you're going to run to the edge and then press X. Some people might have an easier way doing it this way. However, in the beginning, I found that I was a lot better at doing it with holding L3 and then pressing R2 and X once I got to the edge, not doing the running technique just yet. Once you grasp yourselves with that move, we are ready to move on to the next one. So you do the flip, and then we're going to start free falling. Remember, we are still holding down L3 at this point. Now, once we're free falling, hold square. Once you hold square, you can let go of L3, but you should continue to use it to point in the direction that you want to. L3 will now allow you to pick a direction for the moveset and trick that you do want. If we push the stick up, we get the signature move that Miles does at the end of Spider-Verse with his hands behind his back. If we push left, he goes into a side position, and the same thing for when we go right. Lastly, if we push down, he will pull out his phone. And to tie all of it together, if we go from the start to finish, the complete moveset is this. Hold L3, approach a ledge, press both R2 and X, but don't hold these buttons, just press them. As you're free falling, hold square, and then you can stop holding L3, but continue to use it to the direction that you want. You will get the hang of it. I believe in you. Learning and practice is all a part of trying to do this moveset. Now, the moveset doesn't actually end here. You also have the opportunity to do this while you are swinging. And some people might find this one to be a tad bit easier. There's a little bit less buttons involved with it. But just like the first one, practice is key. So for this, as you are swinging, hold L3. And at the absolute top of your swing, let go of R2 and press X. If done correctly, you will do the jump and get back into the position ready for your square button. If you did it correctly, hold square and pick your direction. Once again, let me slow it down for you. As we are swinging, I'm going to continue to hold L3. As I approach what I think is the peak of my swing, I'm going to let go of R2 and press X. If Miles turns his body and gets into position, we hold square and then use L3 for direction to pick our moveset. This will take some practice to do, so don't get discouraged when it's not working for you. When you get it, you can then go and do some awesome parkour with tricks, and then you can start your way to create that Miles scene from the end of Spider-Verse.
My name is Miles Morales. I was bitten by a radioactive spider, and for like 2 days, I've been the one and only Spiderman. I think you know the rest.
And that about concludes today's video. If this was helpful in any way, please let me know. I'd be happy to hear it. And consider subscribing as well. If you are still running into any issues, drop a comment below and I'll try my best to help you out. I read every single comment I get, so I will see it. And with that being said, I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.